Hello, welcome. In this lecture, let us understand what is Git and why it is used in modern teams. Let us understand the Git using this picture. Imagine a real world scenario. Let us say you are a part of a software development team which is working on a website. Let us say one developer is working on home page, another developer is working on blog page, another developer is working on contact page, right? The project is updated daily. Now imagine all the three developers are updating the same page. Developer 1 is updating blog page, developer 2 also updating, and developer 3 also updating the blog page. In this case, how do you avoid stepping into each other? That is, how do you avoid the conflict that everyone editing the same thing, right? How do you save the progress? How do you go back if something is not working or something breaks? How do you know who has changed what? The Git is made for solving all these problems. So when the multiple developers are working on the same project, we don't want each other to overwrite the things and create a problem, right? That is the exact reason Git is made for, to avoid those problems. So the definition of Git can be, Git is a version control system. It means it is a tool to manage changes to the code or files over a time. Now how Git helps the modern teams or why it is used? So these are some of the problems if we don't use the Git. And this is a solution. For example, team members overwrite each other's code if we don't use the Git, right? If you use the Git, it lets each developer to work on a separate branch, right? So that you don't overwrite each other's code. If you don't use Git, then no record of what has changed. But Git tracks every changes with a commit history, right? You can track the changes, who made what change, right? And when it is made. Without Git, it is hard to go back to previous version when the things break or when the things don't work. But Git lets you to revert to the older version. Whenever you make some change, if it is not working, you can always switch back to the older version whenever you are using the Git. Also, if you don't use Git, team members don't know who did what. There is no tracking mechanism. But with Git, it will show who made what change, right? And also when it is made. Without a Git, if you directly work on the working product, it can break the working application, the main application. But Git lets you to test the feature in an isolated branch. You can isolate the code into a working branch and you can work on that so that your main application will not break even if there is some problem. So now we have understood what is Git and its definition and also why it is used or what is the problem it solves or how it helps the modern teams, right? We will continue our discussion in the next lecture. Thank you for watching.